Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. This is Alan Blumkin. I'm here with my good friend David Nemec for another session of David Nemec's Baseball Trivia and Statistics. Welcome, David.
Well, it's a pleasure to be with you again, Al.
Yeah, I just want to say something. I received word that Bill Carl won the individual title in the Sabre Convention in Baltimore for the 5th time, so I congratulated him. I said, it's amazing that you can still compete on a high level after all these years, because we used to compete against him in the 90s.
I know. It is, I think it's amazing, too.
Yeah.
That was my first trivia experience was in 91 in New York.
Yeah.
And I was on his team. And where are we now? We're 31 years later.
Yeah.
And he's still going strong, and both of us haven't played in quite a while.
Yeah, he sent me. I put a thank you comment on that for the. He said thank you on Facebook for that. For that, I put down congratulations. I said it's amazing that you can still compete at this level after all these years. God.
I think it is too. Because it's so hard to keep up now with all with so many years have passed, and the teams now are really impossible to keep track of. I think it's so different a game than it was when we first started out. In trivia, but still, I think it's a fantastic achievement too.
Okay, you want to go by division on this, or?
Well, we could do that, or we could start with alphabetical order, teams, or whatever. Alphabetical order might be the easiest way to go. What do you think?
All right, Arizona Diamondbacks.
We got the California Angels. We're the Anaheim Angels at one time. But we can go with the Diamondbacks first and come. Let's do that. Have the Diamondbacks, in your opinion, had any really outstanding rookie season? I really think probably it's going to be a player of late, don't you? It's probably
I really can't even answer that because they're a team that I really don't keep up with.
I don't much either. Even though.
I think we should restrict this to the 16 originals and maybe the first set of expansion teams.
Okay. All right. We can do that. Okay, then I guess we go with the
Atlanta Braves.
Definitely the Atlanta Braves, which were formerly the Boston Braves, or Milwaukee Braves and Boston Braves. In this case, we can go all the way back to 1876 if we want to name their top rookie. And you could also, if you go for a pitcher, you can go all the way back to the 19th century. In 1890, when Frank Salee became the manager of the club, he was a minor league manager the year before, and he plucked Kid Nichols, who was pitching for him that year, to join him on the Boston National League Club, then called mostly the Boston. They Bean Eaters. They had various nicknames, but Nichols won 27 and 19 for not a particularly strong Boston team, and it was the year of Players League, of course. So a lot of Boston's top players had been siphoned off by Players League clubs, and Nichols was pitching for a decent, but by no means a great team. I would probably say that, I would say he's definitely the greatest pitcher.
Was Wally Burger a rookie? Was Wally Burger a rookie in 1935?
No. Wally Burger's, but he had a strong rookie year. He set the club record for home runs, which stood for a number of years at 38, and he had 119 RBI.
Okay, that was the year I was thinking of. Yeah.
I think he probably could have nailed him. I don't think any recent Braves they've had some of them had good rookie years, but nobody had a year like he did. And it turned out to be his best year overall in his career. He was a solid ball player throughout the 30s, but really never matched his rookie total. So
I just looked at the Boston Braves, the Braves record on Baseball Reference, and in the 52 years in the 20th century that franchise was in Boston, they had 11 winning seasons. A whole bunch of 100 losing seasons.
Yeah, and it's difficult to explain why they were so terrible. You can find reasons for the Phillies being really bad for a long time, and obvious reasons for the A's being so bad for a long time, but no real reason why the Braves were so bad.
Well, the owner, Selden, was one of the. In fact, I think he was one of the founders of the reserve clause. So when the American League came into existence, they lost a lot of talent. And then, they basically became a front team of the Giants for years.
Yeah, they did. And they did come into the 20th century with a fairly strong team. And, as you said, it was soon, pilfered by American League clubs. Most of their stars were pilfered by American League clubs. And they never got really back into contention until they won a surprise pennant in 1914.
Yeah, and then they wound up with...
They could never follow up on it. Yeah.
Then they wound up with Judge Fuchs for years, and he had no money, and they would,
Yeah, he even tried to manage the club, and that was a fiasco.
And they became a dumping ground again for the Giants. I mean, after... McGraw got fed up with Rogers Hornsby after 1927. He sent him there. He was there for 1 year. Yeah. Still has a franchise record for batting average, and went to the Cubs right after 1928.
You're right. Hornsby was the leader in many of the Braves hitting categories, all-time leader for one season anyway. But
okay, who's next? The Red Sox.
I'm not as good alphabetically as you are.
Yeah, it has to be Baltimore.
Oh, Baltimore.
I guess the Browns and Baltimore. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. Okay.
Well, they had a pitcher in 1964 named Wally Bunker who went 19-5.
That was I don't think anybody. I agree with you. Chuck Estrada won 18 games as a rookie in 1960, and Fred Glade won 18 way back in 1904. And Bunker had a decent career. Estrada and Glade did not do much after their rookie year. They really weren't that strong. And as far as hitting goes, I don't know. Who would you pick as a hitter? The best rookie season, including the Browns.
Ken Williams, did he have a good rookie year?
Not really, no. Severs won the Rookie of the Year award in 1949 while they were the Browns.
Yeah.
Eddie Murray had a pretty solid rookie year in 97. But really, no one jumps off the page at you. Cal Ripken came along, had a good solid rookie year, but a 264 batting average, no real hint of the player he was to become as a rookie. And so, I think it's up for grabs who the hitter would be. I would probably pick Severs, and George Stone also had a pretty good rookie year way back in 1905, but it was decent. Anyway, actually won the batting title that year, didn't he, as a rookie? 1905.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, so you could say George Stone, but otherwise a more modern day player, either Ripken or Severs, I think, or Murray. Murray had a strong case too. And then the Red Sox.
Ted Williams.
looking at the Red Sox, Ted Williams. A lot of people would pick Ted Williams, but the guy who won, Fred Lynn won the MVP and the Rookie of the Year in 1975, and it turned out to be his career season. I mean, he was a good ball player, solid throughout his career.
What happened to him is, he forced a trade. When free agency came in, he forced a trade to the Angels. And Fredlin was a tremendous Fenway Park hitter. And I said when he forced a trade to the Angels, I said to people that he threw away a Hall of Fame career. I said, you watch what happens to his average when he has to play all year out there.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah. I don't know why you did that. I never understood.
Yeah.
Well, money, but it was nothing compared. Yeah, but
nothing compared to now. But God.
Yeah, it's still it was a few thousand more, and a few $1,000s was a lot for some players. So then we come to the California Angels. It started an expansion team in 1961. I don't know. It's tough to say who the best rookie. What was Trout's rookie year like? Was it?
I have to look that up. I imagine he probably had a pretty decent rookie year.
They had Wally Joyner in '86 had a pretty good rookie year.
Didn't he knock in 100 runs the first 2 years? Wally Joyner, because I think he was the first one after Jablonski to do that.
Yeah, he did. He knocked in 100, exactly 100 on the nose as a rookie. And I think you're right. Tim Salmon had a pretty solid rookie year too. But as far as pitching goes, that would be a tough one. I think. I don't know. Unless there's been somebody in the last few years. I think you have to go all the way back into the 60s. And maybe pick somebody like Ken McBride, but was like, I think he won a double figures. I know as a rookie in '61. In fact, the team was much better in '61 than everyone predicted.
No, '62 they finished third.
Yeah, and they were by far the best expansion team. I think maybe the all-time best expansion team.
The best pitcher they had the starting pitcher they had in the '60s was Dean Chance.
Yeah. I don't think his rookie was his rookie season a good one. I don't remember it.
No, I don't know. His big year was 1964 when he beat the Yankees 5 times and it was 120 games.
Yeah, we didn't get to the Red Sox pitcher who was the best.
I know Mel Parnell won 15 games in 1948, and thought he was going to start that playoff game, and was very surprised when McCarthy made one of the worst decisions of his career and started Danny Gelhaus.
Yeah, he was. And 1948, probably the reason the Red Sox didn't win is there's a guy who came in 45. Boo Ferris, who's kind of forgotten today.
Oh, yeah, the rookie.
21 games as a rookie and 25 games as a sophomore. And then he pretty much just fell into the pit. And he had arm trouble, and I think he was gone by 49. And never could come close to matching those two first two great
Yeah,
seasons.
I think you're right on that. Yeah, I forgot about the Boo Ferris,
But he was good, and they had a couple pitchers in the Dead Ball era who also won 20 games. And
Hugh Bedient, was he one of them? Huh.
They actually had 2 in 1912. They had 2 outstanding rookie pitchers, and the other one was Hugh Bedient, Buck O'Brien. They were the pair.
No, Buck O'Brien, I forgot. Hugh Bedient, that name I knew.
Yeah. But I would say I would pick Ferris this season.
What was Smokey Joe Wood's rookie year like?
I don't think it wasn't that great.
It wasn't
It was decent. He didn't start to come into his own until the second decade in the 20th century. And he was good as a hitter from the outset. And later, of course, became a pretty good outfielder. I don't know. You think we covered the Red Sox? I think some will probably debate that Ted Williams, even though his numbers weren't as great as Lynn's in a lot of departments, and Lynn won the MVP, that he really had on all hitting departments, and particularly walks. This guy showed that he was going to be a tremendous hitter. And Lynn looked like he was going to be a great ball player, too, and he was very good. But of course, Williams parlayed his rookie year into a terrific career. He's one of the very few guys in Major League history who played 100 or more games as a rookie and 100 or more games in his last season, and in both seasons hit 300. That is a real rarity. And I think it was also done, I'm trying to think who also did that.
He could have probably DH for 5 years. They had that in place at that time.
Yeah, he could have. He could have, absolutely. And he probably would have, because he would have gone well over 500 homers and maybe up into the sixes. And who knows what he would have done as a hitter. I'm sure he would have gotten over 3,000 hits. That's almost without question.
Well, Jim Rice also had a very good rookie year in 1975, but he got hurt and he missed the postseason.
I know, and that probably cost the Red Sox the series when you think about it. If he'd been there, it was a very close series as it was, and it turned on Game 6, which the Red Sox won in overtime on Fisk's home run, and then they jumped out to a lead in the Game 7, and the Reds came back and took it. But if Boston had Rice, I think Boston would have won that series. It had been a good chance anyway. As it was, they came very close. So
now we go to the Cubs. Yeah.
And again, there are a lot of guys who've had good rookie seasons. There were a lot of guys since the post-expansion, and then they were rookie of the year, and then they never did much. And
Billy Williams was rookie of the year in 1960.
Yeah, and as far as career length, and you can make a case for Williams. I mean, but he only hit like in the 270s as a rookie. The most outstanding year by a rookie, and it really is. I think he holds the record for the highest batting average by a rookie. In 100 more games. Back in 1895, was Bill Everett, who was the third baseman. I don't think anybody is going to proclaim him one of the Cubs' all-time greats within the White Stockings. But he had a great rookie year, and he continued to hit throughout his career, but he never matched his rookie figures. And looking beyond that, Ray Grimes had a good rookie year. A guy named Hack Miller hit 352 in 1922, but who ever heard of Hack Miller? Beyond that one season, he was just an average player, and he had a very short career. And pitching, you have to go back into the 19th century. I think we had really a classically outstanding year in 1880. Yeah, Larry McCormick, exactly. Yeah, and he almost, between him and he had help from Goldsmith. The two of them, each
was
one.
Corcoran there? Was Corcoran there then?
Yeah, in 1880. Yeah, that was it. They both came. Goldsmith had pitched a little previously in the majors, but Corcoran was a genuine rookie and continued as a great pitcher. I met his, I don't know if it was his granddaughter or his great-granddaughter. I think it was his great-granddaughter. She came to one of the Fred conventions several years ago, and I met her there, and she was doing something with Larry. I don't know if she's going to do a biography or what, but so far I haven't seen one. And he is definitely a 19th century figure who deserves a full biography, because he was a classic case of being, falling into the clutches of, literally the clutches of an owner who saw to it that he got the maximum for his buck by pitching him almost every chance he got. And Corcoran, who was a very small, slight guy that had a good live fastball, was burned out by 1884. Otherwise, we'd now be seeing him in the Hall of Fame. He not only had a great rookie year, he was the first pitcher in history to throw 3 no-hitters.
That's how I first learned his name.
Yeah.
It was 3 no-hitters. Yeah.
Yeah. I think he'd have to be on an all-time rookie all-star team, without question. And nobody as a hitter would come close to being on an all-time team. I wouldn't think, but as far as pitching goes, he was great. And now we're looking at the White Sox, and it's I don't know. In recent years, they haven't had a pretty good couple rookies in the last 10 or 15 years.
Maybe Tim Anderson, the current shortstop. But these current guys, I'm not too up in their old careers.
I'm not either. And otherwise, a guy.
What about Luke Appling and Ted Lyons? I mean.
Well, Appling didn't have a particularly great rookie year, but Ted Lyons also didn't have a particularly great rookie year. The best rookie year, I think, all-around rookie year, belongs to a guy you and I have talked about a lot, Minnie Minoso. I think.
Oh yeah. He did play a few. He did play some games for Cleveland in 1949.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, but he was.
He should have been rookie. As much as big as Yankee fan as I was in those days, as much as I like Gil McDougall, Minoso should have been a rookie year. That rookie of the year that year by a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, without question. Yeah. And as far as rookie pitchers,
was Gary Peters a rookie in 1963? He won 20 games that year.
No, 63. He won 20 games in 63?
Yeah.
Or I thought well, if he did win 20, then I think he is the rookie of the year.
God, I got a water bug. Hold on a minute. Marie, I need bring something to squash. I got a water bug here.
Okay.
There's a water bug. There's just one under the sofa. A water bug. This one? Yeah.
Whoa.
A water bug.
Right.
No, there's a water bug. I think that just came out. Shit. All right.
No, actually, Peters.
I'll just have to kill it the next time it shows up.
Yeah. There'll be more.
Yeah.
Peters. No, actually, he won 20 in his sophomore season. 64, but he won 19.
Okay.
He won 19 as a rookie.
Okay.
He won 19 as a rookie and led the league in ERA.
Who?
And
Joel Holland?
Peters, Gary Peters.
No. Yeah,
Peters,
I was thinking,
Peters
Gary Peters, yeah.
Yeah, he won.
Yeah, that's probably it, yeah.
He won 19 and did lead the league in ERA. So the other choices would be Roy Patterson way back in 1901, when the team first joined the American League, won 20 games, and Reb Russell won 22, but ran into arm trouble very, very early in his career, and ended up coming back as a hitter.
Okay. Yeah. Now we go to the Indians.
The Indians.
Albert Bell.
Well, Bell didn't have a terrific rookie year. No.
Hal Smith.
No. With the Indians, if you go by modern definition of what a rookie is, then hands down Joe Jackson wins. Because
with the 411, 1911, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
408, I mean. Yeah.
408. Yeah, 408. And Al Rosen had a very good rookie year. Led the league in homers and had 116 RBI. They had a pretty solid group of rookies. And the guy who was kind of forgotten as a rookie is Earl Averill, who hit 332 in 1929. Joe Sewell only had a pretty solid rookie year. But I think Joe Jackson. We have to go with Joe because
pitchers
even though Bean Gregg had an outstanding rookie year in 1911, won 23 games, I think we have to go with Wes Farrell. Or actually not Wes Farrell. I think even ahead of Wes Farrell, you have to go with Gene Bearden in 1948.
Oh, that was his 1 year. Yeah.
Yeah, it was his only year. He won 7 games in the month of September and ended up with a 27 record. And he pitched the pennant clinching game in a postseason playoff game. Bearden pitched pennant winning clinching game after pitching just 2 days later a guaranteed tie for the pennant, even if the Indians lost on Sunday. On Saturday, pitching guaranteed.
You know what happened with him? Because when Casey Stengel came to manage the Yankees, 49, he said about Bearden, who he managed against in the Coast League, that Bearden, was dependent on batters swinging at his knuckleball. And they couldn't get it over, and the rest of his stuff was not very good.
It wasn't, and they worked hard on him. And Mel Harder worked very hard in spring training in 49 to develop a wider array of pitches. And Bearden tried it and didn't succeed. And then he couldn't even his knuckleball became hittable. So he never even mildly approached the success he had as a rookie. And he ended up as a mediocre reliever. Played several seasons in the 50s. But, boy, if they could have kept him as a 20-game winner, they would have, And then they had Herb Score as a rookie in 55.
Yeah, I was going to bring him up, yeah. 60 and 10 and led the league in strikeouts.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he had 245 strikeouts as a rookie in 227 innings. And had an even greater year in 56 and then 57, as we both know.
Yeah.
Well, tragically, he was hit by a line drive off Gil McDougall's bat. And
I heard that on the radio. Yeah, because the Yankees were sharing the local TV station with the Giants, so the road games were not televised here. But I heard that on the radio. Yeah.
I did too, and I think Dudley was. I know Dudley was still with the team. I can't remember who the other announcer was, but the booth just kind of fell silent when Bearden went down. They weren't even sure, how badly he was hurt.
No.
They thought he was going to lose his eye for sure.
Yeah, it affected Gil McDougall very much because McDougall said, a number of times they lost all his enthusiasm when that happened. McDougall hit 311 in 1956. And he was having a great hitting year, for the 3 weeks up until that happened, and he became basically a 260 hitter. And quit early, quit after 1960 at the age of 32. He said that he lost all enthusiasm when that happened. It really shook him up to the core. Yeah. And I posted this, and I've responded to a number of times on this on Facebook. To blow up McDougall, and Yeah, so I brought up McDougal, and I said, yeah, this was what happened with him.
Yeah, it did. And of course, Score came back, and they forced him to change his delivery because his delivery, he left his whole left side of his face exposed. Was what really resulted in his injury. It really contributed fully to it. So they had him change it. He had to change his delivery, and was never. He had a couple of good games every now and then, but nothing like what he was in '55 and '56. Our next victim was the Tigers.
No, the Reds.
The Reds. Oh yeah, I forgot about the Cincinnati.
Okay, my nomination for the Reds is I don't know if you're going to go with Pete Rose or Frank Robinson. The Reds actually should have come before the Indians. I was asleep on the switch on that one. Oh, yeah.
But, I don't know. That is a tough call, and it's a very tough call because his batting average wasn't outstanding. Nothing he did as far as stats went was outstanding, but he brought a new dimension to the game because nobody played as fiercely and as all out as he did. There was nobody. He came on the scene and everybody was taken aback by how much verve and effort he put into every game. If you go by sheer stats, probably Frank Robinson or even Bud Holliday, 19th century.
Frank Robinson had 38 home runs as a rookie in 1956. Yeah.
And that tied the rookie record.
Wally Berger had,
in 29. So, I would go with, and then the pitching. Tom Browning won 20 games in 1985 as a rookie, but it wasn't an outstanding season, really. Nothing he did that year was memorable, except somehow he ended up with 20 wins. But there was nobody, really, the Reds haven't had any other 20-game winners in the 20th century or 21st century as rookies. Was there anybody in recent years that can beat Browning? Or you already go back to the 19th century?
No.
You go back to the 19th century, and in 1889, Jess Duryea, a name that will register with very few people, won 32 games as a rookie. Never was able to, match the rookie season. Some called him Jim, and I don't know what he called him. He was only a mediocre pitcher after that tremendous rookie season. But it's really a difficult choice, and probably the best all-around pitcher in terms of career who won 20 games for the Reds his rookie year is Noodles Hahn.
That's back in the early 20th century.
He won 1899. He won 23 games. And he had some good seasons, and he came over to the American League with New York, I think. But by 1905, he had pretty well burned out his arm. But what he was, a very strong pitcher, very effective pitcher. And if he had a longer career, he would. I don't know who to give it to. Because 1889, the game was so different. That was the first year there were 4 balls, Duryea's year didn't mean much because Cincinnati didn't really go anywhere. But they also had Bud Holliday as a rookie, so they have 2 very strong rookies. Probably maybe the 2 strongest rookie hitter combination in history. I can't think of a team that could match that. But maybe we'll come to one later. I don't know. But I think we're up for Detroit finally next.
Yeah.
I am later in that case. Yeah. Well, it'd be nice to say somebody like Ty Cobb.
No,
yeah.
Yeah, and K-Line's first full year was was not all that great. He didn't really break out until his second full year.
Yeah,
Harvey Keene, his first was rookie of the year, his first full year.
Yeah, he was Harvey Keene had a decent year, but in terms of all around display of stats, a guy that gets almost no mention, no attention today, was a rookie first baseman with him in 1929, Dale Alexander. He won 343, and he later won a batting title with less than 400 at bats because 100 games was then the criterion, the sole real criterion to determine whether a player was eligible for the batting title.
Yeah, he was the first one to win, maybe the only one to win a batting title playing with two teams. First one, I guess, before Harry Walker. To win a batting title, playing with two teams.
Yeah. And Alexander, his rookie year, stands out. His batting title year stands out, but there's little else that he did that's really memorable. And the Tigers they've had an awful lot of good rookie pitchers. But I don't know, have any of the ones in recent years won 20 games? Sure.
Nobody wins 20 games anymore.
Yeah, I know.
Verlander, I have to look up Verlander. I don't think he won 20 his rookie year. But you had the Mark Fidrich for his 1 year, his 1 year of fame.
Mark Fidrich won 19, but the all-time rookie leading winner was Ed Summers in 1908, which was a pennant.
Yeah, I figure it was one of those guys from that time.
Yeah, and then Roscoe Miller, in the Tigers' very first season, when the American League became a major league in 1901, won 23 games. And Summers broke the team record with 24 wins in 2008. But I would go with Fidrich. I think unless Verlander or I don't think Scherzer did.
No,
I'm almost sure. But I would say Fidrich was the leading rookie, and Alexander, probably have to give it to Alexander just on the basis of his stats alone, which eclipsed every other rookie, including Hank Greenberg and Ty Cobb. And next we come to the
Dodgers. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. We got Houston.
Yeah, Houston.
Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe Larry Ducker. I'm not sure of them.
What about Jose? What kind of rookie year did he have?
Jose Lima?
No, their second baseman.
Altuve.
Altuve.
I tell you, I'm not really up on this stuff.
I'm not either. I can't. I don't. I'm less up on this decade probably than any other. I can't really remember. He started winning a string of batting titles. I know that. I don't think he did it as a rookie. But no, his rookie year he had 276. The first batting title didn't come till 2014. So, but Cesar Cedeno may have been their best rookie in 1970. He had a very solid rookie year, and he was a pretty solid player throughout his career. But I really can't think of any other outstanding rookies. And what about rookie pitchers? I can't. I'm trying to think of any. Of any of the current pitchers? You okay?
The bug is back.
Well, put the bug on the air. See what he has to say.
Yeah.
Tell him we need a Houston
bug,
pitcher.
It's here. It's on the other side.
Yeah.
All right. We'll show up again.
You almost have to go with the guy.
Okay.
you almost have to go with pitchers as a guy with a guy who wasn't even a qualifier. In not 2001, Roy Oswald went 14-3.
Yeah.
I can't think of anybody who had him.
Hold on a second. Hold on a minute.
Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, I still can get it.
Yeah, all right. Well, you're an elusive guy. So
yeah,
I can't think of a better season than that for you.
Okay.
Oswald. Then do we jump all the way to
the Dodgers?
Well, no, we go to Kansas City.
Kansas City's not the first wave.
Oh, okay. You only want the Mets and
yeah.
Okay. Forget about Kansas City and Milwaukee. Okay, the Dodgers. Well,
Don Newcomb for the pitcher.
Well, when Newcomb, you had Joe Black, who really had an outstanding year as a rookie.
Who?
It was Joe Black who came out of the pen.
And he was ruined by Dressen.
Yeah, overused him. And Valenzuela in '81, the shortened season, was really outstanding. And his record was only 13-7, but they only played like 104, 105 games, something like that.
Yeah, the thing with Newcomb is that when he came to the Dodgers, they stopped throwing at Campanella and Robinson.
Yeah. And what did he do? He won like 17.
He was 17-8. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it could. I think I would go with either Newcomb or Valenzuela. Even though there were other rookies who were 20-game winners, they came pretty early in Dodger history, and they weren't really on pennant teams. And as far as a rookie hitter,
Jackie Robinson.
Well, Robinson was good, but you know who else looks very good? Mike Piazza.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Mike Piazza and Johnny Frederick in '29. Frederick set the record for rookies, doubles and outfielder. But I would go with Piazza because for a rookie, it was like the 115th round draft choice or whatever it was of the Dodgers. To come up like that and start out and continue to play on that level pretty much. I think I would take him as a hitter, and I would take Valenzuela. If Valenzuela had a full season, I don't think he would have won 20 games, but I think he would have won 18, maybe at least 18. And I think he was good, and really good pitcher early in his career, and it's kind of forgotten about. It's kind of sad because I think he was Fernando
Mania was the hottest thing in the world, those first couple of months, and maybe one before the strike.
Yeah.
Next is Minnesota, including Washington, and I think with the hitter, it's my nomination is Tony Oliva.
Well, yeah, he won the batting title. I have to absolutely agree with you. I don't think there's anybody else in the Senators' history who came even close to rivaling his rookie season. Herbeck had a pretty good rookie season too.
How about Carew?
Carew his rookie season was decent, but it wasn't that. There was no hint there of a future batting title winner. The kind of hitter he became, not really. And I think he picked it right on the nose with Oliva. And as far as pitching goes, pitching is tough because it's not Walter Johnson, that's for sure. Walter,
Yeah, I know.
Johnson suffered with a very bad team as a rookie, and I can't think of any of the modern pitchers current pitchers. I think you almost have to go back to the Senators. Marty Weaver in 1932 won 22 games and had a pretty good career. He was subject to giving up too many walks, but he was a very tough guy to hit. And and then he moved around a lot. He left Washington, but I don't know. I don't think it's 22 wins and 32 anybody can come close to it. Unless I don't know, what was Bill Daly like as a rookie reliever? I don't remember.
Neither do I. Because it's amazing. Was Camilo Pascual, his first 4 seasons was 28 and 66. He wound up with a winning record. Yeah.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, so I think unless they had a reliever, I'm thinking of. I would think it was. Daly only. Well, Daly's official rookie year was 62. And wait a minute. No.
What about Blyleven?
I don't know what he did as a rookie. I've never. I'm not sure. No, Blyleven was 10-9.
I know Cott, Cott came up with the Washington Senators, and he wasn't very good the first couple of years.
No, and they had Dave Bosman who won.
Boswell.
He won 20. Yeah. Boswell. He won 20 a couple times.
Yeah, he was the one that's most famous for getting to a fight with Billy Martin.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't remember that he did anything as a rookie.
Okay, next is the Mets.
Okay.
And the rookie pitcher is Dwight Gooden.
Yeah, almost without question. Well,
yeah.
The strikeouts, the ERA, the innings pitched, 17-9. Even though Kuzma won more games.
Kuzma won 19 in 1968.
Yeah, and Seaver was pitching with a pretty poor team.
They won 16 and 67. Yeah.
Yeah, that's. But I think Goodman was a sensation.
Gooden, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much all the way through his rookie
Everybody
year.
thought the first 2 years he was a Hall of Fame lock.
Yeah,
then he stuffed the career up his nose.
Yeah, he did exactly. Yeah, so I think we're good with that. And as far as the rookie hitter, would be one of the current guys. What about Alonso? Would you consider him?
Yeah, yeah. He led the league in home runs as a rookie a couple of years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember any other outstanding rookie seasons by.
No, the history of hitting has never really been that good.
Yeah. All right. Next
Now
we
the
come
Yankees.
Okay, we have to make tough choices here.
DiMaggio.
DiMaggio played a full season. He hit 206 hits in 36. And he was solid. Charlie Keller in 39 had a great season too. But he didn't play that many games. He really stood out because he walked a lot. And he out-hit DiMaggio 334 to 323. But I think if DiMaggio played center field and Keller really wasn't a full-time player in his rookie season. He was spotted until everybody saw how much potential he really had, which was a lot. So I think you're right. DiMaggio has to get it. And as far as pitching goes,
Grimm.
Grimm won 20, a fluke 20 game winner.
Yeah.
There was one. But the guy who really jumps off the page as a rookie is Russ Ford.
Oh, yeah.
1910.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because He won more than more. Well, Whitey Ford had a great half the season as a rookie in 1950, but he was only there for for half the season.
Right. So Ford with 26, and I think he was he was 26 and 26 and 6. He would be my choice. I think we're pretty settled on that for the Yankees. Maggio and Ford. And then we come to
the A's.
Philadelphia, Kansas City, now Oakland A's.
Yeah. Well, pitcher has to be via blue.
There were other 20-game winners. There was Scott Perry in 1918, which is only a partial season.
Yeah, Alex Kellner won 20 in 1949, but then he completely reversed it in 1950 and lost 20, and it was never really that good after that.
Oh, you're right. I think it is. So I would go with blue. As far as hitters go,
Simmons or Fox or.
Fox didn't have it.
He didn't play much his first couple of years.
Simmons didn't really have a great rookie season.
Reggie Jackson.
Reggie Jackson was it his rookie season? Was 69 his rookie season?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, well, but then McGuire kind of eclipsed him in '87.
With a little help from his friends. Yeah.
Probably, but nobody can really be sure he started that early.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like to give him a little credit anyway for being an honest hitter. But
what about Ricky Henderson?
Well, Ricky Henderson, I don't recall his rookie season specifically, but
1980 was his rookie season. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't remember what he did, but so I think it certainly can be contested who the standout rookie hitter was, but I think Blue definitely is a pitcher. And where does that leave?
Phillies.
The Phillies. Yeah. And Chuck Klein had only a partial season.
How about Del Ennis?
Del Ennis had a very good rookie season, and the guy that Richie Ashburn also had a good rookie season.
Richie Ashburn had 333 in his rookie season. 1948.
The guy I think really I would pick is Dick Allen. In 1964, they really didn't have much offensively behind him, and he looked like and he did have a good solid career that bordered on greatness, and he would be my choice for rookie hitter.
I think that the pitching would be Grover Cleveland Alexander in 1911.
Pretty tough to beat, with 28 wins. No, I give it to you. I think we're settled on that, Allen and Alexander.
One we overlooked on the Braves, which I should have known, was Alvin Dark in 1948.
Yeah. He was good. He was rookie. He was rookie
year, and they wound up winning a pennant that year. Okay, next is the Pirates.
Okay. Well, I don't know. You got Paul Wainer in 1926.
Lloyd Wainer in 27.
Lloyd Wainer in 7 at 355.
Yeah, Lloyd Wainer that year set the record for the biggest differential between runs scored and RBIs.
I know.
I think he scored 133 runs and drove in 27.
I know. And there haven't been any recent rookie that jumped out.
No. Are you kidding?
Yeah. No. Yeah. And then the rookie pitcher, again, I don't think they've had a 20-game winning rookie pitcher since the 19th century, and they only had one then. And that was Sam Weaver in 1899. went 21 and 23 for not a very good team, and ended up being a very, very solid pitcher pretty deep into at least till 1910 or so. With the club.
Babe Adams, but Babe Adams only won 12 games even in 1909, even though he won 3 in the World Series.
Yeah, well, that counts for something. That puts him in the running. Yeah, you could give it to Adams for that, at winning 3 games in the series alone. Otherwise, I think I'd give it to Lever, and I would give it to Paul of the Wainer brothers. I think he was soon established himself as far the best of the 2 Wainer brothers.
And next we get the Cardinals, I think, are next.
What about
the Giants?
New York, San Francisco, New York Giants. The Cardinals, if you spell out St. Louis, the Cardinals go before the Giants, so why don't we do that then? Can you match Albert Pujols with anybody? 2001 season?
No.
I think that's...
No, maybe Johnny Mize, 1936, but...
Mize is good.
Yeah, Musial had a mediocre year for him in 1942. Was his first full year.
He had 315.
Yeah, I said mediocre for him.
Yeah, and then as far as pitching goes...
Dizzy Dean?
Well, I don't know. What did he do that? What did he do as a rookie? I don't know.
Johnny Beasley?
Beasley won 21 as a rookie. And if you're starting with the 20th century, I would give it to Beasley. But if you go overall and go back to when the Browns were in the American Association, I think you have to give it to Silver King in '87 when he won 32 games and led.
What about Bob Carruthers?
Carruthers and Faust both had pretty good rookie years in '84, but they were only partial seasons for both of them. They came up later in the year, not really late because they both won a substantial number of games, but too late to really match for anything like what King did. So I would give it to King and of course Albert, and then
Beasley won 20. Yeah, then he went into the Army and lost it all.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, and
Ray Sadecki won 20 games as a rookie in 1964, but forget him.
That's right.
He never did anything after that. Yeah.
No, nothing. With the Giants, Melott didn't do all that great as a rookie. Lindstrom didn't do all that great. Probably have to give it to
Orlando Cepeda.
Orlando Cepeda, exactly. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, 58.
Yeah.
58. They had a whole slew of outstanding.
Yeah,
rookies.
I know. It's my belief. Not people that they held a lot of rookies down and bring them up in '57 so they could get out of New York. Then they brought them all up in '58.
You could. I've wondered about that, but I never really given it serious thought. But I think you might be right. Because they really came up in a bunch. I can't remember the catcher's name. It was pretty
Bob
solid.
Schmidt, Davenport, Lou, Wagner, Cepeda. They had a lot of them. And then McCovey came up mid-season in 1959, was Rookie of the Year.
Yeah. Well, actually, if you go by if you include that partial season, you could probably make a case for McCovey. But
Cepeda was excellent. Cepeda was excellent over a full season.
Yeah, I agree. So did we leave anybody out? I don't think we did. I think we pretty much
the pitchers.
The pitchers, or the Giants pitchers. Okay, I didn't think about that. Well, they had a couple. I'm trying to think of, McCormick. No, he wasn't that great of a... Well, Probably, and this is going to sound weird, if you have to go with a guy that probably very few of our audience are going to have heard of, a guy named Cliff Melton, who came up in 1937. And,
Rube Melton, I call him, yeah.
No, Rube Melton was another guy, different guy. Cliff won 20 and I think he was a different guy, yeah. Was 20-9 as a rookie, very solid ERA for the time, 261. Then they had a slew of guys who won 20 games in a very short period of time as rookies. Then they had Bill Boisel during the war, won 21 and 44, and Larry Jansen won 21 and 47.
Five in 1947, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I would give it to Melton, but I think Jansen is also.
Yeah, Jansen had won 30 games in the Coast League the year before.
Yeah. And if he'd come up earlier in his career, I had a chance to talk with him one night. And, he really, really helped me a lot with my memories of the 1940s Giants and having played with those guys. And he was very frank about the team and DeRocher and very honest and a really nice guy. Really spent a nice couple hours with him.
Larry Jansen?
Yes.
He was at the convention in 1998 in San Francisco.
Was he there?
Because I spent about 10 minutes talking with him.
Yeah, that was about the same time that. That I met him, and I was only partially at that convention, a couple days, and I was selling books one day, and I didn't even play in the trivia contest. No, I didn't that year at all. So I missed. That
was my first individual. Was that conference?
Yeah. I remember seeing you on.
Because when I announced I was going to play, because I didn't play in '97 in Louisville after we broke the team up after '96, and and then when I said announced I was going to play, I could have sold myself to the highest bidder to be on a team, and I said no, I'm going to play individual.
Yeah. Yeah. That made a good choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I liked the individual. I played, when they first did it in '95.
Because you didn't have the choice. Because I think '97 was the first year they had that.
No, '95 was in Pittsburgh.
No.
I was in the
all right, whatever. But you couldn't play both in those years.
No, you couldn't play both. Now you can play both, and I don't think that should be. I don't,
Yeah.
But, generally, whoever wins the individual does not win the team. Also, I don't even think Carl plays with a team anymore. Because the two that I won in '98 and '99, I was so focused.
Evelyn Begley was taped me in '98. And I saw, VHS tape, and when I saw that, I couldn't believe how, stone-faced I was in that. Yeah, well, you were good. You were good. In my time. And then, our time was roughly the same time. I know. After the '90s. Yeah. I'm very weak in the past 20-25 years. That's why I went. '99 was the last time I played. Because Eddie Gold was very sick, and I played that wearing a cup cap the whole time, and I decided that was it. This is the only thing I ever regretted was not beating you. It took me a little while to come to terms with that, but look, as I said, when I sat down and I was watching a trivia here, they threw out a question. The answer was somebody in 2007. I turned to some kid in back of me who asked me why I'm playing. Well, I said, now you know why. Yeah. I don't know. I didn't even see this year's trivia contest. I don't know if it was posted or not. But, Ted Nora was on a team that won. So he put that on. I said, "Congratulations for the long retired former champion."
Yeah. Well, Well, after you and Scott ran in 2003, right? That you did it in Cincinnati, or was that 2004?
Cincinnati was 2004. I wrote that. I wrote that one.
You and Scott handled that one, and that was the last. After that, I really didn't. I did play in 2015 in Chicago, but it wasn't.
That's where it's going to be next year.
Yeah. It's tempting to go because you can see a Cubs game. That's always always fun. But
okay, and I think the last one we're with is the Washington, Texas, which is very tough. Yeah.
Oh man, I completely forgot all about this. Yeah. Well, that is tough. Oh man.
Chuck Hinton.
He was by far the most outstanding player with the early Washington, team. God, Mike Hargrove is, had a good rookie year, but there's nobody really. Juan Gonzalez was on the team. Pete Incaviglia. I'm just throwing out names. Kevin Brown. These guys ended up being decent players, and they all had decent but not great rookie seasons. So I would probably give it to Hargrove, and I don't know who the pitcher would be. Could be Kevin Brown. He won 12
I think they had a pitcher named Steve Comer that won 17 games in a rookie year for them.
No, I think
COMER.
No, he won 11 in 78. I don't see anybody that jumps, but he may have been the best. I mean, you certainly can make a case for him. Since, absolutely. He probably had, I think he had the best one-loss record of any qualifier. So why not?
One of the things that happened was when Minnie Minoso was named to the Hall of Fame, he was the first Hall of Famer ever to play for the 11 years that they were in Washington.
He was?
Yeah, Minnie the only Minoso. One. The only one. Because I tracked this for quite a while.
Minoso played all 11 years they were in Washington?
No, he played 1 year. He's the only Hall of Famer ever to play for them when they were in Washington.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I see. Okay, that's better. I don't think anybody played for them all 11 years.
No.
They had Bernie Daniels was a good pitcher early on. I mean, he might have been one of his rookie season might have been up there. I don't know.
Well, but Joe Coleman Jr., who went to Detroit in that infamous trade, the Danny McLean trade, and became a 20-game winner for the Tigers.
Yeah. You can make a case for any one of these guys, and Hargrove wasn't really a power hitter. He was more an average and on-base guy hitter.
Yeah. A guy named Rusty Greer, I think, had a pretty good rookie year.
Rusty Greer. Okay, that's the name. Wow. That was, we land with a thud when we land with that team.
I know, yeah.
Yeah. Well, this has been great doing this with you.
Okay, same here. Always a pleasure.
And we'll do it again soon.
Okay, you take care. Give Marilyn my best and feel better.
I will. Thank you.
Okay, you take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.